Okay. Hi, we're back. I'm Liz from Kingdom Fleece and Fibeworks, and this is Julie.
Hello.
And we are here. Shows are over, so we decided we had to get a podcast out. I actually recorded. We recorded a podcast after New Hampshire, and I was never able to get it up. So here we are. It's been a while.
We were pretty tired and loopy on that one, so maybe this is for the better.
Exactly. Probably. But yeah, we have finished. Well, you have a half finished object, right? Or do you have both of them?
We have.
Yeah, you have a hoe.
I have lots of half finished objects.
You have a hoe. You have a half finished object. I have a finished object, and we've got whips. We've got knitting. We've got spinning, and what else? And probably mill talk. So hanging with us. This is definitely winging this. I don't have any notes, so we'll make it work. But hopefully everybody has enjoyed their summer. They're having warmer weather. We've had gray and cloudy and disgusting weather. Like lately, this past week has been so.
You can call it either January or June gloom.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was really hot there for a while.
Yeah.
And now we're just in warm clothes and so I don't know, whatever. it's Vermont. That's how it was. But yeah, and I didn't say we are we have a fiber mill in northern Vermont. So that's where we are. And do all the processing. We do everything from washing to carding, and then we work with bat and kill to do the spinning part of it. So yeah, let's get started. First thing in finished object is we have socks. I have 2 socks, Freddie, and you have 1 sock.
Show yours first. Yours is from our mill.
We have this is my hand spun. We have the hand spun. So this is our Romney mohair blend. It came out super nice, and the more that I've been working with, the more that I've been like wearing it and stuff like that, the softer it's getting. And so I am definitely going to be doing more of this blend. So stay tuned because I'm really liking it. The one thing, it was about a sport weight blend. Hang on, I'm stuck on other things. I would say it was about a sport weight, and I did add. I think there's probably 2 more of these in the shop. But I did the blue. I added that blue in there just to give it a pop of color. The one thing I wish I'd had done was spin it, like just pre-draft out the roving without splitting up the colors, because the other one has less. I can't bend that way.
It's my fault. I said we were going to each wear our socks today and show them on the screen.
Exactly. But this one has more striping. The other one has less striping, and I kind of like the little stripes better. So I don't know. But other than that, I really like them. But yeah, sport weight, and I think I used, because it was not quite, it was a little more than fingering weight, not quite like the next set. So I ended up using 60 stitches, I think, on there. I think the ribbing was like 12 stitches, and then another, I think this was 40, and then I can't remember what the foot was. But it actually fits really well.
You look so warm.
They're so nice and comfy. Actually, I was wearing worsted weight socks the other day when it was cold and raw and wet. Yep. So okay.
Also, I love that we've been kind of talking about plastic alternatives for sock yarns, and the mohair is a really great choice because it is. It's like sturdy.
I really want. I'm curious to see how long these will last because I blow through heels like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if I can withhold the mohair, but that's also because of my own fault. Wearing Crocs and work boots and stuff like that, I'm pretty hard on them compared to most. So okay,
here's my finished sock.
You can show yours.
I'll take it off because I'm kind of proud of the lace.
Yeah, you need to see. Here, you can have a sock.
I just had to do that.
I know you had to get on.
Oh, now I'm gonna be that person on YouTube.
Yeah,
the scandalous sock lady. Oh. So I brought all the things last time when we were talking about this sock, and I said I made it up. I didn't have any info because I was tired, but I brought everything.
So what weight yarn is it?
It's a farm yarn.
Okay.
It has it's 240 yards per 100 grams.
Okay, so like Sport DK.
Yeah, it's from Windridge Farm.
Where is that?
In Vermont.
In Vermont.
They come to the Vermont Sheep and Wool and the New Hampshire Sheep and Wool Fest. Okay. And it's a Romney and Border Leicester blend. Darby and Smead. I love it when the yarns have the sheep's names.
Yes, they have their names on there. Okay.
And it's so beautiful. Too. It's like glossy.
Yes.
And the lace pattern is from the Lace One Skein Wonders, which is going to show up backwards.
I'll put it on the note. I'll put the notes in the
And it's the Sweet Pea Mitts pattern. I just used the vine lace, so I have a standard sock recipe that's similar to yours, but just for the cuff and then the top part.
Okay. Do you know how many you cast on?
I cast it on 56 stitches.
Okay, that sounds right? Yeah,
or whatever, and multiplied out the repeats of the lace. And then fit it to my foot.
No, that sounds right.
But the instep is just stockinette, and then I did the lace down the top.
Yeah. Do you know what size needle was that?
I'm doing it on a twos.
Twos, yeah. That sounds
Oh,
that's right. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Because that's what I used mine too.
And definitely needs to be blocked.
Yeah.
But,
No,
that was
that's
fun.
Awesome. Yeah.
I love inventing patterns, but I'd love to try it with a similar pattern with some of our stuff too. So.
Yeah, it'll be pretty. Yeah.
I do have another project using Kingdom Fiber yarn though.
Oh, do
if I can keep going with show and tell.
Oh, cool. Yeah, go for it.
This is the Alana Dakos' Bare Branches cardigan knit in the cozy worsted from the mill. So this is the back, and there's going to be a tree that comes up.
I'll put a picture.
Yeah.
Behind us somewhere in the
screen.
The
pattern. But,
yes, I'll put a picture of the screen in there.
But this is the undyed cozy worsted, which we were trying to figure out which one we should grab the skein because we couldn't remember the wool.
It's 50-50. I'll put it down. I'll put it down below. Yeah. I know it's like 40. I don't know. It's like 10% alpaca. The rest of it is Dorset and.
I couldn't remember the third.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
I can't remember. Yeah,
I know
it's another medium wool.
Drapey and soft, a little drapey, but not too drapey, and soft. And I will have, I'm trying to get
the more you wear it, the softer it gets. The alpaca gets that halo in there. So
trying to get some shop samples ready for Vermont Sheep and Wool.
Yes, I'm hoping so. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Hey, you're way faster than now that I've seen how fast you can actually knit. I know you can do it. Now, just the kid thing.
You have
and gardening.
to knit as fast as you can in 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And gardening, summer gardening, all that kind of stuff is there. But yeah, so you have that, and so the next thing that I did work on this. This is my Musselburgh hat, and this is out of my yarn. This is our Dorset, which should be we should be. I think we have some of that over at
bag waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if we sent that one or another one, but it's in the queue.
Yeah. So this is a muscle. I have a feeling I'm just a little nervous. I did like the gauge on the Musselburgh, and because they have you starting at the top, and then when you get to like an inch of like the increasing, you just go by their chart for like the gauge. And I've learned that I don't like my hats super tight, or I get itchy forehead and all that kind of stuff, so I like them looser. So I think I did the adult medium, but I can't remember if it was the medium or large. And I'm sure everybody has seen these because there's a million of them out there, but you just start knitting a really long tube, but it looks like it's going to be really huge. But then you do the same thing at the bottom and then stuff one side and the other. And then, so I think that's going to take up space too. Once you double it.
Take up the circumference.
So once you double it, it should be better. And then it's just a really nice warm beanie. So,
and you have curly hair, so you can rock a slouchy hat. You could rock a slouchy hat.
I have a lot of hair. It's big. It either has to be straightened or it has to be
You sound like, straight hair girl really wants the curly
Yeah.
hair.
And your hair, this is actually not a human day, but maybe by the next time you will see my hair growing and fuzzier and frizzier and bigger. Yeah, it's bad. You can tell it's summertime when I'm on here. It gets bad and out of control. But yeah, so we have that. So that was my next one. Do you have any other?
I have some of my own sheep.
Yes.
That I was showing off this morning. Yep. So this is I'm knitting up a swatch. This is 20% Angora and then 80% Shetland ram fleeces from previous critters.
So it is so soft.
Oh, the halo is out of control.
I know.
I have all the Angora bunnies I've had are like snow white albinos. But it makes really fun fluffy yarn.
I know.
I've been debating. I want to sell some of this roving, but I also want to keep it. I have a whole bunch of it.
You also dropped off like 5 pounds of Angora, didn't you?
I do have a lot of Angora. I have 2 lifetimes worth of rabbits.
Exactly. And I'm starting to gain on it because we have a bunny in the back. Emma's got her rabbit, and he's a super pretty gray. So I want to plant. I have a Shetland upstairs in the attic that I want to blend. So that roving, depending on how much we get, I'll put a little in there, but it probably will be a very limited supply until we collect more. Because I'm impatient and I probably should just hold off, but I'm impatient.
Don't you want it, everybody? Get it. There won't be very much.
I know. It's
Shetland
so
Angora
pretty.
is such a fun blend.
It's so pretty. And is it fun to spin?
It's fun to spin. I am like...
Is it harder because of the drape and the fluff?
No. This one's drafting really easily.
Okay,
I didn't get it processed here.
Yeah, I know. But
it was before I knew.
It was before you were working here. That's okay.
But they did a great job on it, so it's drafting really smoothly. I'm just trying to knit a really fine, or spin a really fine.
Yeah.
This has been my experiment to try and be more consistent in my spinning.
It looks pretty consistent. It looks like a good, like sport DK somewhere in there.
But then it takes forever because you're just parceling it out, like trying to do it worsted, semi-worsted, and trying to make it really fine. And I'm just like, oh my god.
What's your normal? What do you like? Do you
I
love just do long draw?
Yeah, long draw, wool and spin, chunky, slubby. Yeah. That's what I'm doing with the next batch of stuff. I'm just gonna go. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a bulky yarn. It's gonna be amazing.
Just go. Yes, exactly.
It's free.
Funny. Yeah, no, but super pretty.
Worth the time and effort.
Yeah. The next thing that I started after those socks, I'm trying to get more socks because, like I said, I go through them more often. So I figure if I have a supply, then I won't be wearing the same things over and over again. And I really liked knitting 2 in unison at a time. So that's what I've been doing again.
And a 4-ounce bag of roving, which is kind of like the standard roving bag, ends up with enough yarn for a sock project.
Yeah, and I had some left over too, so that was pretty good.
This looks like
this
is not roving.
This is yarn. This is yarn. This is yarn. This is not hand spun, but I have 2 cuffs.
Oh, it's fun.
And I've yet to decide because it's kind of one side is one color, one side's the other color.
Oh, interesting the way it's coming out.
Because of the way it's striping. So I'm curious to see now that I'm out of the ribbing, I did 12. I think I did, this is DK weight, yeah. This is our, I should say all the things. This is our spring base, and spring DK base. And so it's the thicker yarn. But here in Vermont, DK weight socks make more sense to me than fingering weight. So I got through there, and I'm on size, I can't even see that. What size needles are they? 3? 2?
I don't know if I can help you. They are 3s.
3s, okay.
Guys.
Yeah, so 48 stitches. So super fast. So I have those 2 going. And yeah, so that's what it looks like in the ball form. I weighed those up.
I was really surprised. So that colorway, I'm assuming, ended up at some of the local yarn stores. But I
still have some.
People weren't jumping on that. I love that
I
color.
know. So I actually have. I saved some of it for the website. So I will have some. So by the time you see this, I will have them on the website, and I'll put a picture up here too, so you can see what they look like in skein form. Because, yeah, they're. I'm hoping they microscope. That was my ultimate goal. Was like a micro stripe. So like a little stripe, but I don't know if I made the stripes quite long enough to go all the way around. We'll see. But that's what we're working on now, and those are super quick and easy. Now it's round and round, and I'm really hoping those will be good car ride knitting.
Yes,
so,
yes, stockinette stitch.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's that, and then the only other thing, but we've been working. It's my blanket. And I've
the
actually
only other thing. This is we're what 4 projects in, like?
Oh my god! If I work on the same thing over and over, my hands hurt.
I just get bored.
Yeah,
I have to
but
work
mine
on, like,
is
5
definitely
things at a
more.
time.
Mine is definitely my hands.
Well,
If I do the same thing,
yeah, gotta mix it up.
yeah, it hurts my hands. So this is like super mindless. This is the Jelly Roll blanket, and it's actually growing.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be a baby, like a toddler blanket. So we're getting there. 2 stripes. Well, almost
It's
one, and then
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm holding everything. I either have DK weight yarn or holding 2 strands together to make it a DK. But super squishy. And this is another one. I'll put the link down below for the Jelly Roll blanket. And I'm following pretty closely to how Crazy Sock Lady, Kay Litton on Instagram, how she's doing hers. She had like I think a little bit of a cleaner method of her joins. I like the way, I can't hold this.
It's a variation on the pattern, then?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
I cast on 18 stitches. I forget what she has for the DK weight pattern. So these are 18 stitches. And then you're pretty much just like slipping a stitch on each end so you have a nice smooth edge, and then kind of a yeah.
I love that it's joined as you go. It's so hard to finish. You have the stack of like granny squares or patches in your stash, and you have to sew them together. And
that's what I'm having my problem with the hexie blanket that I'm working on. So I'm working on hexies, and then
but this is
have to put
when it's done, it'll be done.
Exactly. I have to start weaving in ends though, because I'm already a lot of there's lots of ends to weave in. But yeah, I think that's it. And then spinning.
Show the spinning.
Spinning.
This is so cool.
So this is the first month of our pool party spin along, and you can actually see it better on this camera than you could. I tried taking a picture of it, and it just turns everything blue, and you can't see any of the yellows or the greens.
Pops of green are important.
Exactly. So you can't see it, but that's the first month, and the base is a really nice Coopworth cross. Like, it's a super nice Coopworth cross, but really nice and squishy. And Julie and I are each gonna spin some. We took the roving on Monday. We were gonna do a tale of 2 spins. We were gonna spin the same roving and not talk to each other and see what happened. But I was working on other things. I'm so sorry. But I'll be better for next time. I'm usually the slacker. So
you're like, I won't get to it.
I have to get this done.
And then I show up, and then look at this, people. Look at this.
So we have
it. Spins up so beautifully.
It's so pretty. Yeah.
It's like glowing, but in like
it is
a good way. It's like swimming in a pool.
And it spins up really nice. The pin drafted roving. I don't know what it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna do a 3-ply because I want it to be on the thicker side, either mitts, hats, gloves, something like that. But yeah, it's coming out really nicely, so I'm excited.
So now I have to do my I don't care, whatever long draw method to be different, so I can show you guys how it spins we can
compare the two.
But we've been talking about something I really love about your color work is there are always these pops of color, and when you see it as roving or when you're dyeing the locks, you're like, that's going to be too bright. Like, that's too much.
Exactly.
But then when you spin it, it like just blends in this really lovely way that like brings like a depth to it. I'm like, yes.
I can't wait to see it. Even that with like a dark color for like a shawl or something. Something with like, the 2 colors. Yeah. So I can't wait to see it.
Curious what folks do with because you set this one with a contrast color?
Yes, I did. Oh, that's one thing I do need to say. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, because a lot of people, I didn't put anything in there. Usually I put in a little like piece of paper like explaining everything, and I didn't because I figured it was self-explanatory. But then Dion, who watches, so hi, and she's like, what's with the dark navy? It's actually a contrast color, because I figured you don't want a contrast to go with this, so there's a navy that goes with this color, so that way you can either blend it in with the whole entire like in with the yarn, or you can put pops of the navy, or you can make a mini skein and then knit with them as a contrast color. There's like, so that way you have multiple options.
You can do with whatever you want with
exactly.
it.
My thought process was a lot of people sell,
mosquito.
bugs.
Sorry.
They sell, what do they call, like a sock kit. So you put in like the heels, toes, and cuffs as a contrast color. So when you buy the skein yarn, you get those. So that was kind of my idea behind it, was the mini skein would be your heels, toes, and cuffs, or you could use it for a contrast color. So you'll probably have one. You'll have one for each month. You'll get a contrast color. So that way you can either put them together, you can spin them separate, you can do whatever you want. So that was kind of that. I figured something different.
I can't wait to see what projects people come up with.
I know.
That's why we wanted to do it with the two of us.
Exactly.
And just see how one bag of wool.
And definitely, if you are working on it, please tag us. Like, either email me pictures, tag us on Instagram, something like that. And I'm Kingdom Police and Fireworks, and you are Julie.
At Juliana May 8.
Yeah, Juliana May 8.
For the time being.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we can, but tag us so that way we can see what you're working on, because I love seeing what it comes out of. But yeah, so I think those are the main things that I've been working on. I haven't had any other stuff. I actually
only 2 wheels at a time, 5 different knitting projects lists.
Exactly.
We all saw that post.
Yeah. And I want to start the Tulsa tank from.
Did you find a pattern for a summer? We both have been looking for a good summer knit.
So if you look at the Tulsa tank, it's from Rebecca Clow. I think that's how she says it.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Scotland, but she has a Tulsa tee, and then she came out with a tank. But I love her patterns because you can either do DK or fingering.
Oh, nice.
And the tank top is like the vest style. It comes a camisole style or a.
Oh, wow.
There's 3 different styles.
Yeah.
And then the t-shirt is the same way. You can do like multiple things with the t-shirt too. So they're super, like, they're a little bit more expensive, but they're way more.
Because you have more patterns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the size range is huge too. So I think it would be really cool.
I got sold by someone at Maine Fiber Frolic on the Fernwood tank by Alicia Plummer.
Yes, I
think
love
I'm gonna
that one.
try it. Yeah,
I think I have that. Is that DK?
It's a bulky linen.
I knew it was heavy, which I don't have.
I'm gonna try and convert it to that merino linen silk blend. I'm gonna try.
Are you gonna double it?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, try that.
I want to try it in our
beautiful.
yarn.
I love that pattern.
We'll see.
Nope, because I had the same problem. I love that pattern, and I was looking at that, but I did not have that.
You have to buy I can't remember what Quince calls it, but the Quince and Company is the only place I've found lately that has a bulky weight linen.
It was I thought it was either bulky or air. I knew it was way heavy. Yeah, exactly. But it's a beautiful pattern. So so that was definitely one that I've noticed. But yeah, so I don't know. So that was one I want to cast on before I leave. We're headed. Johnny and I are headed to Virginia Thursday. Next Thursday, not tomorrow. And gonna go down and bring some maple syrup down, visit friends and stuff like that. And I'm hoping I can have that, because that's just around and around. That's super easy. It's bottom up. Nice. That's the only thing, but I think it's just super easy. There's no shaping or anything like that. So I think that'll be good. And see here, we're working on, you've got all of the next month's stuff. Like, it's not dyed yet, but you've got all of, while I was gone, you got all of
Are we telling people what's in it or no?
No.
Surprises. There's surprises.
There's surprises, exactly. But they are done, so we have to start dyeing on those. And then there's what other stuff done? We should talk about the Build-A-Bats. Because they're not out yet, but we're working on them. And we're going to try.
This is gonna be fun, people.
Exactly. I'm super excited because my friend Sandy I'm going to visit. She actually used to do this a long time ago when she was selling stuff, and she actually said it would be a really cool idea to just put all of the stuff that comes to make, so that way you can make your own bats. And seeing that we have a bunch of stuff, so we're dyeing all the wool. We got some silk coming in. We've got all the fun things, sparkles, all that kind of stuff to come in with them. And then we're going to put little kits together, and we're going to call them the Build-A-Bat. And then we can everybody can, I feel like spinning is getting so big right now. And they just want to, and their own people are doing their own fiber prep and their own fiber processing and stuff like that. So pretty much it's unlimited.
Yeah.
Like what you can do.
Custom make your own bat.
Exactly.
Put
so
it together for you.
Yeah, so everything's washed. The fiber will be washed, it'll be picked, and then I'm thinking we'll have all the different things inside it, and then you can just put it all together and you can put it away the way you want it. So I think that'll be super fun. So I think that's going to be the next new thing that's coming out in the mill. Other than that, we've been doing lots of custom processing. We have
a really fun alpaca, different colors of alpaca order that we're blending.
Yes.
Doing some blends for.
Yeah, that white alpaca was gorgeous. Well, they both are.
Yeah. The customer has a alpaca and Tunis.
Yeah, that one's gorgeous.
And
then
really
the other
fun.
one, yeah, we're working on those. And then we're also working on a whole bunch of Clun Forest. And the Clun Forest has definitely been a challenge.
It's my not so secret favorite wool though.
Yeah, it is.
Like
I like
soft
the fiber.
and durable, and it's got this. A lot of them have this like dove gray. It's not a pure white. It's like this dove gray kind of color. I don't know. It's fun to work with.
It is.
But this is like they no longer have the sheep, but it's like their entire lifetime of sheep.
Like they have a ton of it, and but they didn't know what to do with it, so they literally dropped it off. It's not been skirted. It hasn't. So it's been a big project trying to figure out that part of it. And like, hang on, I have to shut this off.
I know we're having a little bit of a rave party.
I know.
I feel like we might have a seizure.
I know. I did. Okay. Sorry. The ring light started blinking, so I don't know if you can see it or not. But hopefully, it wasn't too bad. And
I don't think it was showing up. I think it was just us kind of like blinking.
I know. I think there's enough light around us that it'll be okay, hopefully. Okay. But it was driving me crazy. But yeah, so it's been a challenge trying to get it clean and get all that kind of stuff. But
it was also kind of interesting because it's so many different sheep. So there's like I think there's a lamb clip and like older sheep, and you can see like the variation within one flock.
Yes.
Of one breed, how much variation there is, which is interesting.
Yeah. So we're trying to get everything and like things together, and then we're gonna make some really nice yarn with it. They want lots of sweater yarn.
I think it's gonna make really awesome farm sweater yarn.
Yeah,
we'll get it all blended
together.
Dye
that up afterwards. And then I think the next thing. Oh, and then right now I've been skirting this after I dropped off yarn at the yarn store. We've been skirting. I picked up last weekend 100 pounds of our. I don't know if whoever's bought it. The sisters yarn that we've had. And it's a Corey Finn cross. It's so nice. You haven't seen it yet. When you come over, you'll have to check it out. But it's a super nice,
this
super
is such
nice
a
fiber.
Fun story too. That it's
it's from the Abbey. I go down to Massachusetts, and there's an Abbey down there. They have a chocolate factory, and they have a whole bunch of sheep and stuff like that. And so I go down, get some chocolate.
It's like the best.
And I'm so bummed that I didn't take a picture. I should have taken a picture of us loading it all up.
Yeah,
because they're the sweetest people.
Too.
Yeah, they're the sweetest ladies ever. And drop it off. And they're super excited. I think what we're gonna do, they're gonna keep some of oh my god, I can't talk. They're gonna get some of the yarn and try and sell it in their store. Because they wanted to do the whole thing, but it was just the cost of it, and they don't have a market for it like we do. So I told them that they could put a few of the skeins in there, the chocolate, and like they have the little store for their chocolate and stuff like that, and they can put it in there, and that way they don't have to. It's not gonna break their bank and do it that way. So, but they're super excited to see that they have their, sheep's wool and it's being used. So it's exciting, and it's so nice, and they're the biggest babies, and they're like spoiled, rotten.
The sheep, not the nuns.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the sheep are so spoiled. It's not funny. But yeah, they are so sweet. You can just definitely tell how well cared for they are. Even I was saying even their britch wool is nice.
Yeah,
it's super nice. Like even their chickens, they had all their chickens. They're all divided up, and they have these perfect little. They're spoiled rotten chickens. Yeah. So So
I can't wait to see it. That'll be really
I love
fun
going down and visiting them. They're so sweet. So we have that, and then I'm trying to think of anything else what's coming up other than the subscription Advent.
Trying to think about ideas for Advent.
Yes, I think we're doing. Should we say it officially?
No, it should be a surprise.
No, should it? Because we have to do a pre-order.
Oh, so they know what it is.
So yeah, they're gonna have to know. Yeah, so then we're gonna have to do some theme colors.
Let's make everybody wait a little longer.
Okay, we'll wait a little bit longer so we can finalize
refine
everything.
The idea.
That way we can finalize everything, and then we can get it all figured out.
I think it's going to be really sweet, though. I'm excited. This is my first year working and seeing all the different projects this is up to, and I'm really excited.
I know. And now that you're dyeing, I think we're going to split it. I was like, so that way I don't have to do all the colors. I think we're going to do, because there's 8 colors, like it's going to be the same way as it was last time, where you get 2 colors every week for 4 weeks. So that way you got 8 colors. It's over a pound of wool, and then you get some fun things to go in the boxes too. So I think that's kind of like the base. So other than that, the theme, we'll release that when we're ready to do all that. But I think we kind of
making them wait.
I know, but I think exactly. But I think once we get all that refined, then we'll be good to go. But yeah, so I think you're going to do 4, then I'm going to do 4.
Yay! I think dyeing is really fun.
Yeah, and I think it'll be good for them to coordinate with each other. So I think it'll be really good. So I think that's that. And I can't think of anything other than dropping off fiber and getting things. Now is the time if you want to drop off fiber. Oh, that was the one thing. Yes, mill changes. I'm dropping the minimums for roving. So you can drop off a pound, or you can drop off 10 pounds, or that kind of stuff.
We can do single fleece
so we
orders.
Can do,
you got one special sheep and you want a special sheep yard.
So we're going to drop off the orders for the minutes, just for roving though, not for the yarn, because the yarn is still being spun through bat and kill at this point. So they have a 10-pound minimum. But for roving, you can drop off as little or more as you want. And then we're gonna, as long as it's working out, we'll keep working. If not, we'll have to go back to a minimum. But as of right now, we're gonna drop that and do it that way.
Because we've met a lot of shepherds. I mean, as my experience too. I sit on my wool for a bunch of years, but it'd be fun to have something to play with if you are
especially spinners too. I think there's more and more spinners, so I think that I think it'll make things a little bit easier for people to market their stuff. So
there's shepherds like me too, and like I say, I love to buy yarn where the name of the sheep is on it.
Yes,
so if you want that single sheep yarn because you just love that sheep so much.
Yes, you want that roving.
Yeah.
Or you can drop off a big batch and we can put it all together. It's all up to you, but we're gonna try and do that way. And then I'm trying to think about, we're also working on pricing. The pricing is it's pretty much gonna stay the same. It's a matter of how we're going to lay it out. As I'm trying to figure out the easiest way. And if you guys have any thoughts or opinions, and I'm sure everybody's gonna have a different one, but before I thought it was gonna be easier to just put in, it's $20 a pound. You know how much, incoming weight, so that way you know how much it's gonna cost. But now people are they want more description and more detail. So I'm going to try and do a wash weight, pre and post weights and stuff like that. It'll end up being the same price as it would have been based on the incoming weight. But that way you'll see where all the different stages and different stuff.
You tell us people out there what you want.
What you want and how to make it easier. I just want it so there's no surprises. When you drop off your fiber, I want you to have an idea of how much it's going to cost, so that way you don't get an invoice and you're whoa, what the heck happened? I want you to be, so I don't want you to be surprised. I want to be upfront and clear, so that way I don't surprise anybody. So I'm trying to do that. So if you have any thoughts or any ideas on making things easier, or other mills, or what you've liked and what you don't like, so that way you can tell what's going on. And I think hopefully that's it. But yeah, so we're just trying to get that done. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else.
It's been full June since
it has. I know it's been busy. Yes, it has. But right now is definitely, if you want to drop off fiber, drop it off now before the wait list grows anymore, because it's already, yeah, exactly. This week has already been starting to drop off, and now that people have sheared and stuff like that.
The lambs are on the ground, everybody's out on pasture, and now you're staring at your barn full of wool.
Exactly. Time to skirt and drop it off.
Skirt it first.
Yes, please skirt it.
Skirt it really well.
Skirt it. The better you skirt it, the better you're going to get back as a product. So the cleaner you give it to me, the cleaner you're going to get it back.
And the happier I am.
Yeah, exactly. Less complaining from.
I
know.
No. I just have lots of comments.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, and I'm going to try and get better about social media. I honestly, and I think you're the same way, like we go into spurts of like, yes, take pictures of everything, post everything, and then I'm like, oh, I just want to get this done, and I want to just be done with it, you know? Mm-hmm. And I get really tired, and then I get bored of. So I need to try and get better at more, the same pace.
Yeah, and you folks should let us know what you want to see from the
I
mill,
know,
like what's helpful.
If you have questions too, if you have questions, if you have stuff that we want to talk about, let us know. And as people are dropping stuff off too, I should talk to people, all the farmers, and ask them if they want to talk to us.
They want my inner monologue while I'm skirting?
Yeah.
As I've alluded to.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you don't.
You can start videotaping.
Honestly, internet land, mostly what I do while I'm skirting is I think of plans for low to the ground feeders.
Yeah.
So if you're a shepherd, I mostly think of creative ways to keep the hay off the ground, but not in their neck.
Yes.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in the middle.
That's what I do while I skirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Exactly. Nobody can get into their. Oh, there's always that one sheep that's piggy.
I have this sheep. She jumps in the feeder and then pulls it all out on top of it. So it doesn't matter what creative feeder I come up with. She sits in it. So I have a smaller one now that she can't jump in. But she stands on it and kicks it out on top of everybody
on top of everybody. There's always one.
There's always one.
Yep, there is.
I will be cursing myself when I have to skirt my face.
Yep, exactly. Okay.
That's enough.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're done. And hopefully we'll be back when we have more knitting to do.
Yeah. I'll get on my spinning for next week. Yeah,
it'll be
inspired.
And it'll be after Virginia.
Yeah.
So after
You'll
that,
have
we
lots
can
of stockinette stitching time.
Yes.
Get on it.
Yes, and I'm gonna go skirt wool and hopefully take some pictures.